So in his life, so the money, you need money to survive, and you need material comfort in order for your survival. And of course, Buddhist monks who have come to live a homeless life, anagarika life, and they still need some kind of material basis upon which they, without which they can't survive their spiritual life. So that's why lay people provide the monastics, the monks and nuns, with their material requisites like chivara, robes, and pindapata, food, and senasana, dwelling place, and then gila pache, medicare, health care, and everybody needs that. But as far as your life as an lay person, lay people are concerned, you need all those material things in order for your survival. But still, let's say you are somebody like that rich businessman in Los Angeles, and then sometimes there could be, you could see some homeless people on the street, and they could be much happier than you are, because even though you have a lot of comfort in your life, still you find your life meaningless. So simply at this point, dukkha means du means negative, and ka means essenceless, meaningless, and then so dukkha means a situation in your life in which you find your life negative and meaningless, essenceless. And toward the end of the day, most people would have this feeling, simply because you have dukkha. So that's why Buddha says everybody has dukkha, everybody has suffering. And dukkha simply doesn't mean your headache or your stomach ache, pain in your knee, and of course that could be the biggest dukkha that you could encounter in your life. That's a different story. But everybody has dukkha as long as they haven't transformed themselves into awakened people. Somebody awakened, like Siddhartha did. Like Siddhartha awakened himself. That he woke up into the reality of here and now. So now what is Buddha then? So can you see the Buddha in your daily life? Of course, you must be able to see him. And at that point, remember sometimes you see marvelous Buddha statues, the statues of Buddha, and colossal statues of Buddha, sitting Buddhas, standing Buddhas, meditating Buddhas, and then Buddha statue is made in a way that it satisfied your eyes. And so that's why in different ethnic Buddhist culture, the statue is made in a way that it should satisfy you. It should gratify your spiritual feelings. So, but despite all these things, even if you stand right in front of a peaceful Samadhi Buddha statue, you wouldn't necessarily see him, simply because you are just standing right in front of the Buddha statue, but you don't see the Buddha. At this point, I would like to simply tell you two different stories. I'm not a good storyteller anyway, but I will try my best. And the first story is the story of Pukkusati, a young man who ordained himself in the name of the Buddha. And the second story, the story of Vakali, the monk, who ordained, who became a monk so that he could continue to see the Buddha. He could be present himself in the Buddha's audience so that he could see the Buddha's physical beauty. While the first story goes like this, the story of Pukkusati. Now that Buddha had appeared in the world, and this is a story from the 6th century BCE, and then a Pukkusati was one young Brahmin, and then he was intelligent. He was in his early 20s, and he was intelligent. And one day, from a trader, from a merchant, he learned that Buddha had now appeared in the world. As he heard the word Buddha, he felt something happening in his body, inside him, within himself. And then that's when he thought, wait a minute, I think I had been waiting for the Buddha. And then, so I don't know, I'm not sure whether I would be able to see him one day. Whether or not I would meet him one day, I must leave my lay life and I should become a wandering monk. And I might see him or I might not see him. Doesn't matter. I should ordain myself, and my ordination is in the name of the Buddha, who has, according to that merchant who had now appeared in the world. And then the following day itself, this young man who was well-to-do, who had everything in his, all his comfort in that he could enjoy in his life, his material life, left his lay life, thereby becoming, ordaining himself as a monk. And now that he had become, he just became a monk, he started his life as a seeker after truth, just like Siddhartha did. And then few months later, Pukkusati, one evening, Pukkusati found himself sitting among a group of mendicants, group of ascetics and monks and monastics, and in India. And by the time of the inception of Buddhism in India, there were so many, over 60 religions or faiths. And then can you imagine that in such a place like a pottery hall, and a pottery hall is an industrial place where clay pots are made, and then so it is a big place where people like Pukkusati could sleep over and they can pass the night. So now at this point, this was a pottery hall, and then there were so many monks and priests and ascetics and hermits and different kind of religious people debating with each other, arguing with each other, imposing on each other and trying to convince each other what they believed, and so on and so forth. While everybody was doing that, Pukkusati was just sitting silent, thoughtful, and then he was isolated. And then as he was scanning around, as he was observing, as I was looking around, he saw on the opposite side there was another young monk who was of his age, who was like him, who was very silent and thoughtful. And then he had this feeling, why not go talk to him? While everybody is debating with each other, he is silent and he is thoughtful. Why not go talk to him? And then at that point, Pukkusati walked to the other silent monk, and then he paid his respect, and then there was this dialogue. Now Pukkusati is talking. Who are you, sir? Well, I'm just like you. I'm a wandering monk. Okay. Who is your guru? And this unknown young monk replied, well, I don't have a particular guru. Oh, really? And then, what do you practice? What do you believe? Well, I practice something, and I believe in a particular Dharma. And then this unknown monk asked Pukkusati, by the way, what are you and who are you? Well, my name is Pukkusati. And who is your teacher? Well, it is something strange. I just ordained, few months back, I ordained myself. And then who is your guru? Well, I am yet to see my guru. And then my guru, I must call Buddha my guru. And have you seen him? No. Have you met him? No. And then but still you find Buddha your guru? Yes, sir. So have you met him? Are you planning to see him? Yes. I'm not sure whether I would see him one day, but anyway, I have ordained myself. I became a wandering monk in the name of the Buddha. As I heard the word Buddha, I felt something within myself. I was deeply touched by this word. I was deeply moved by the news that Buddha had now appeared in the world.